Welcome along, everyone. What was it like, that experience, jumping into your first race?
It's been my life ever since I can remember.
Look, it really was unbelievable.
I think it's awesome.
Just go out there and give it your all every time. And
when you're young and you get in the old man super stock and you wreck it, I mean, it's pretty cool.
Craig Booker with the big smile. He is the voice that's behind what you get to hear every Sunday night.
Give it the hoot, Nanny. Look at that field. Doesn't it look fantastic?
Hey everyone, welcome along to In the Copper with Kinser, but we've been doing it in the off season as such. We call it Shed Night every Wednesday night. Hope you're doing well out there and enjoying the spring, let alone the summer, as we look forward to summer. Daylight savings, don't forget, end of the month, 24th, put your clocks forward 1 hour. Bring on the summertime, but also bringing on the Daybreaker rally. We're going to be talking about that, but my good friend Bump and Run had the Sunday off because he had a special occasion in Waipawa. Booker's with us right now. Hey, Books.
Hey, mate, you're saying that bloody turn your clocks back, or is daylight savings starting soon? It's happening quick, isn't it? I mean, I was just looking at the calendar today, and we're pretty much not that far away from the season starting, are we? You know, like Labour weekend for the Speedway stuff anyway.
Yeah.
But, mate, it's what a weekend we had down there in Waipawa in our club rooms at Mark Eagle Mental's place. Just a big thanks to Ments and Amy for hosting these bunch of cocks that all turned up there, and some of them got pretty messy, some of them didn't, but those that watched our presentations, I hope you enjoyed that. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, mate, what a great weekend, and the sun was shining all weekend.
Yeah, special weekend. It's good just to catch up with mates and share the good times, share some memories, have some fun, win a few prizes, have a few drinks, eat a few snarlers on the barbecue, but just entertain. You know, Mentor turned on the show there, and yeah, we had a bit of fun, and we caught up with some of his mates down there as well. So overall, always a good occasion to catch up with your friends on a happy occasion and celebrate the successes of those, of course, voted by the fans, by the way, let alone those who won outright in some of the series. And a great way to say thank you, big thank you to all of those who's helped sponsor some of our E-Series as well. Some amazing trophies, mate, some amazing trophies.
They were just fantastic, you know, like, wow. And even the one you did that you and your wife did with for MMJ, you know, and Shane got very emotional, and when he got emotional, I must admit myself was just started to look at the floor a bit like yourself did. You know, they said Dirt reckons he had to look at the floor because of the emotion was getting to him, and he looked over and saw me and you both doing the same thing. So we must have all been thinking the same thing. You know, it was trying to hold it back with how special that meant to us, and doing that race and that trophy for our mate that passed away. You know, so awesome to see Shane win it, and it was really good event. The whole lot was the whole series, the mod, the build, the everything's just been fantastic. You know, like and. Now we just got to wait, and this Sunday night we should be doing Shivers.
May not be. You might be having another weekend off here because you're going to be tied up down the line with Daybreaker. I
may be able to broadcast it. Well, I may be able to broadcast it from where I am and down there at the, or I'll be at the back of Harrisville. So there you go. But so we'll see. But we may, it will be on. I know he's running the meeting. So, but I'll make it work. We'll test this. We'll test out my Starlink internet properly, mate, and see if I can do the show. Just have to.
Hey, when there's a way, there's a will, mate. I know you'll make up bloody work. I know, mate. Hey, I just want to talk about something here too, because on my way through, I left my town of Pyro. I left the LMP town down to your way, and I came up to a place called, is it Esk Valley? Estdale?
Yeah, Estdale, mate.
Wow. You know, I've heard you speak to me on the show about it, what it looked like. You went right there, virtually just after it happened 6 months ago, and to see what I saw, it was like, holy hell, it was a very somber moment. You drive through slowly, 50, 80 Ks. I might have been going slow because just to take on board what had happened to those families, their businesses, to everything down in that region, to see it firsthand and kind of put in perspective into my mind. This was 6 months after the event. Wow, it's just like, yeah, I feel sorry for them, and where we stayed too, we saw the big bins that had been damaged, and
Yes.
we had to use a was a porta porta com thing for a toilet shower thing. But yeah, I felt for them. It was a very somber. But I know that Krusty, Dirt, and Chris, who came through the Saturday morning, had the same feeling as well. Very eerie.
It is very eerie, but I suppose based on our show tonight, what we can take away from, if there's anything to take away from such a disaster that happened to us here in the Hawke's Bay region, is it's made the Daybreaker come back, mate. So
yeah,
because we've lost our Hawke's Bay stage, the Daybreaker's back, and I mean we've got to look at that as a real positive, I suppose. It's not good for Hawke's Bay, obviously, but it's great for the rallying community and rallying scene to have such a iconic event come back, and and tonight it's all about that. It's all about the Daybreaker. It's all about rallying. Tonight's our rally show, and we got two great legends of the sport joining us tonight, mate, as well.
Yeah, let's bring Tony Mackin to talk more about
We'll
this.
bring Mr. Tony Mackin,
He's got the fastest
and
starlet in the country. Is that right? Fastest starlet
in the country. Yeah. There you go, Tony.
Yeah, good, mate. Thanks very much, guys.
Hey, mate, obviously you're pretty comfortable with it because it's not too far away. Booker's excited to be part of it as well, and you're still holding your hearing together, so things must be running pretty smoothly at your end, eh?
Oh, look, life's an illusion, eh? It's all about painting that good illusion. Hey, look, things are coming together. I'll just touch on the fastest starlet first. Look, it's probably the fastest one in the shed that's been sitting still for so long, that's for sure. But it's pretty bloody close to coming out. And anyone that comes to the Daybreaker is going to see it. It's going to be on display. So, yeah, as Booker was saying, look, the Daybreaker is a bit of an outfall of from Gabrielle, which has hit Hawke's Bay and Coromandel. And it was a where I say a bit of a throw together event, and it is and it isn't. It was a very short time frame where we made a decision to sort of pull it all together. And hey, I'll put my hand up. I've never organised a rally before, and to be honest, there's not many people and clubs have sort of moved on from the days gone by in this region in particular. And hey, life changes, and there's time for a bit of new blood to come through and try it. And so we're having a go, and we're, between Paul and myself, we're giving it 120%. We really are. We're trying really bloody hard. So we want to put on a good, clean event, and we're doing a few small things along the way that's a little bit different to how other events run. Not saying other events don't do a great job. They do a fantastic job, but we want to try and change things and enlighten people with different ideas and try a few new small things, not massive things. Paul keeps coming up with plenty of ideas, and we call it the 80-20 rule. So let's try and use 80 of them, and we'll sort of bank 20% of them for another time. And we've had to do so much groundwork with getting this event off the ground that is a pretty high chance we're going to be running this event again the following year. There's just been too much effort going in the ground. So it's been a huge amount of hours just to get to this level, that's for sure, like massive. So I just hope the weather turns it on and it just runs smooth. I really do hope.
And we've got some real, I just put a poster up beside us here on the screen there, Tony. We've got some real stars of the sport joining us for the Daybreaker, mate.
We really have, and we're really bloody lucky, We've got Hayden, our brand new European champion, has come to join us, which is fantastic. And he's, trying to defend his New Zealand title and try and aim for another one. He's got some pretty fast guys chomping at his toes, though. We've got Rana Horan and Ben Hunt have been driving really well. We're very, very lucky to have people like Emma Gilmore. She's a McLaren signed driver, which a lot of people in New Zealand don't realise. She's right up there with the elite, and definitely the fastest female driver in the world in rally. There's no doubt about that. Mm-hmm. And of course, Shane doesn't need any introduction. He is just the man. He can drive anything. He can drive a matchbox car and anything. Like, he's incredibly talented, that guy. We're very lucky to have him at our event, and I wish him all the best, all the drivers. So yeah, we're pretty lucky when we've got a huge amount of following, a massive amount of entry. We've had 93 cars enter, which is incredible. And
wow.
we were we were sweating bricks. We were hoping to get to 60, and it just blew out, which is
Wow.
really, really cool for us. It's really, really cool. So people are supporting our event. We've got to really make it happen now, and we just hope we get through without any major hiccups. So we're doing our very best.
Yeah, when does it all start, Tony? When does it actually get underway?
Yep. So Friday night, from about sort of 5:30ish, there'll be so 5 o'clock we're starting driver signings through to 5:30. We're having some sort of podcasty type style interviews from 5:30 till 6, and then the first car goes over the start ramp at 6 o'clock, and it's just a meander over the start ramp, just one by one, and that's the official start. And then the next morning, Saturday morning, they'll start heading out to the stages. And it's a very, very early start. It's like 5:30 in the morning they leave from Manfield and they'll head up. We have predominantly 5 stages in the Tai Happy district, and the first stage starts at 6:34. So it is very early. The first 2 stages are a little bit difficult to get to, but stage 3, Mofonga, is an incredibly good stage. Really easy access spectator points. And then Pukeakahu. And then it meanders on down from there and comes down in the Manawatu. And down in the Manawatu, sand and block, that's all you need to remember. Sand and block road. There's some 2 or 3 roads you can get in there, and there's some spectacular viewing in there. Absolutely awesome. So I'm going to release just in the next few days on our Facebook page also. We've been doing some TMAC tiki tours, and I've sort of been just going through each stage and giving a bit of an outline. So I'm going to do a bit of a TMAC secret spectator tour. So they're really iconic, awesome spots if you're the hardy spectator that wants to get into some really good spots. There's some amazing viewing, but you sort of need to get in before roads close, and there's some really cool hairpins and amazing places to go to, but it's just a matter of getting into some of these places. You need to plan a little bit. But for someone that wants to turn up later in the day on the Saturday, we've also got a super special that finishes at Manfield. So we're going to have a few displays there prior to the cars arriving. And then the rally cars will come through, and one by one they'll file around the track. And we're using a piece of the back track as well, and it has a big roundabout in it. So they'll be doing donuts around the roundabout 2 times as part of the circuit that they need to do. So it'll be pretty spectacular. So it's easy access. Many people can come. You can buy your tickets online, or you can buy the tickets at the gate. So it's your choice. It's going to be pretty cool. It's going to be a really good setup at the end there. It'll be really well worth coming along to have a look.
Talking of buying stuff, I can see what you're wearing, a Daybreaker hoodie there, mate. So I'm guessing before people ask questions in the comments, where can they buy merch or anything that's associated with the event? Yeah,
merch is available. So we have merch available through DigiTees. So if you go to our website, daybreakerrally.co.nz, you can click on the buy merch page part of it, and it takes you to DigiTees, and there's multiple different facets that you can buy there, and there's hoodies and tees and some shirts. So yeah, it was a good simple way for us to get our branding out there, and it's unbelievable how popular it's been. It's been quite mind-blowing actually. We come up with some really good basic designs and retro sort of a style feel, and it's really grown and really taken off. And so it's really cool. It gives our rally a good bit of a brand, an iconic brand. So yeah, it's just very grateful for the support. Everyone's been fantastic.
And I'm guessing, talking to brands, when you think of people who associate their brands with your event, whether sponsors, corporate sponsors, or partner of the event, wow, this is the time where you say a big massive thank you to them, because they've meant so much, and you can't do any event these days without people that are backing you.
Oh, mate, you can't do it without sponsorship. It's impossible. And, Paul and I are taking this on ourselves. We've had a club help us as far as the permit part of it, but it's not a club running this. It's a little bit different to normal. So we've relied on getting sponsorship and having a good entry. Obviously, we've had a good entry, and we've still managed, had to get some sponsorship in. And we're very, very grateful for the sponsorship that we've managed to receive. And I mean, it's not an easy time for businesses and the economy at the moment. So we're very grateful. Brian Green Properties has been, he's our head sponsor. And I just thank Brian. He's been incredible to work with, and very, very decent of him to come and help us. That's for sure. Our local big company, ITM Central, have just man, those boys are just so motivated and so excited about the whole event. And we've got a whole host of smaller sponsors that have come along, and I can't even remember them now. There's just so many. And look, each and every one of them has just made a fantastic contribution. And we're looking after them in different ways through corporate suites and different ways on the stages. And, you know, it's all about giving that good feel and everyone enjoying themselves. And that was our biggest goal, Paul and I, right from the very start, is not only are we trying to send the competitor away happy, we want the volunteer, we want the officials, the spectator, absolutely everyone to walk away and go, man, that was cool. That was really cool. You know, we want to come back and do that and look at that again, or do that again, or be associated with that again. So we just hope we can have a smooth event and not have too many hiccups. But we're trying, like I say, trying really, really hard and trying to do the best job we can.
Yeah, memories that last forever, mate, when you have a successful event. You know, I know Booker has spoken about this event, like many others within the comments that have been sharing the times that we've caught up, Tony. You know, they're just reliving it. And when you take a look at the celebration, when it came back all those years gone by, to have these events back. And if you do want to check out some of the sponsors, do go to the Daybreaker rally page. If you come down about a day ago, they posted all of the sponsors and links to their website. So go and check it all out, folks, you know, because you can't do these events without people giving kindness, whether digging into their pockets or whatnot. But mate, volunteers, you got to have the volunteers. I think when we last caught up, we might have been doing a bit of a shout out and a call out for volunteers. You know, these are people who are going to sacrifice their time, but they do it for the cause, and they do it to help people, and do it for people who have smiles on their faces, do it for people that are going to have memories, but also want to come back.
Look, memories are everything, you know, and volunteers are a massive part of our event. And it's been a difficult thing to organise volunteers. You know, everyone's busy in lives these days, you know, so very, very grateful for them. The memories. So the core entry of people that are entering Daybreaker, the core entry are a clubman's guy that has done the Daybreaker in the past and reliving their dream, you know, and it's just fantastic to see that. So many cars have been re-energized and worked on, and everyone's bought new kit, and it's just been amazing. It's been fantastic. So it's incredible to get those guys.
Your beer.
Oh, thanks, mate. Cheers. Here's Paul. This is Paul.
Hey guys.
Hey Paul, how are you, mate?
Good. I just bought him a beer.
Well, that's
He's
all
doing
right.
a good job, eh?
Well, he's doing a great job, Paul, but, you know, it's good that you've joined, because he's mentioned you a fair bit in this. The last time we caught it, you're a bit under the weather. But, mate, you know, to both of you, been a lot of work being done. You banged your head together, no doubt. A lot of sleepless nights, but, you know, it's coming to fruition and not that far away.
Yeah, look, I wanted to jump in. I've been in another meeting, but I thought I'd better come and support Tony with the work that he's been doing, because, honestly, he's the local guy, and he's just been working his butt off, just trying to get this event to work, and it's coming together really, really good. So appreciate everyone's support, and especially Tony, the amount of work he's doing. It's good.
Equally this guy, mate. Bloody hell, he's too humble. No, like I said to you earlier, you know, both of us, we're putting 120% into this. We're trying really bloody hard. So I just hope everyone enjoys it and the weather plays its part. So.
Well, you must be doing something right, Paul, because you're still just like Tony, got your hair on top of your head. You haven't lost it yet, so it's all good.
I was going to get a haircut this morning too, but I ran out of time.
Hey, we've got a few comments here, Kins, as well as we've got here. Murray's got, do the roads close 2 hours before the stage as per normal rally rules?
Yeah, they do actually. Hopefully my sound is still on.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, they do actually. They apart from the first stage, which is sort of allowed a bit of.
Oh no!
He's gone and played
with his bloody face. Been playing with. He's locked up.
So it's only 1 hour, and then the second was 2 hours before each one.
Tony, we just had a little glitch there. We just had a little glitch.
Yeah, we had a little bit of a glitch there. Don't play with things, mate. Leave them alone.
Can you hear us, mate? Give us a
you can hear us. It's good.
Yeah,
we can't hear them.
We can't hear you. No, that's good. No, so it's 2 hours. 2 hours closed before each of the roads, and the roads are closed right up until the point that all the cars have been through, and then the sweeper car runs through in recovery. Once the sweeper goes through, then the road predominantly is open after that.
Cool. That's awesome, mate. So, what else? I think I saw someone say, "What is it? What's the cost to get into Manfield for the final stage?"
What's this freaking plug? Oh, I'm having a bit of an audio issue.
Oh, he shouldn't have touched it. He's playing up. He shouldn't have touched it, Akins.
Nah, he shouldn't have bloody went and had it to do with it.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Give me 2 seconds.
No, that's right. We'll just be with Tony for a second.
Yeah, we
So
won't be long,
everyone, if
but,
you want to go to the Facebook
we
page,
should be
Daybreaker
good.
Rally, you'll find information there. Can you can hear us? Just give us a thumbs up if you hear us clear. Paul and Tony, if you hear us,
can hear
just
me.
go like that. We can hear you. Yeah. So you're all good?
You can hear me. That's good.
I can
What
hear
else
you.
we need to tell them about? I've talked about the welcome function.
Yeah. The Manfield stage.
Yep. Tickets available.
Get your tickets online. The tickets are a bit cheaper online than they are at the gate. Jump on daybreakerrally.co.nz or iTicket and search Daybreaker. We'd love everyone to be there. Like that is the finish. That's where everyone's going to turn it up, and you'll get to see the prize giving celebration and get to meet the drivers as well.
Yeah, there's certainly some really iconic cars in this event. Like I was saying a little bit earlier before Paul arrived, it's amazing the amount of cars that have come out of sheds and just been rekindled and brought back to life. And we've also got some drivers that have been winners in this event too. We're very, very privileged and to manage to obtain Colin Clark from the World Rally Championship. He is coming over to do interviews and some small video work for us. And he is just such an infectious interviewer. Like, he's unbelievable how he interviews. We had a Zoom meeting with him the other night and sort of wondered if he needed much information about drivers. And he goes, "Oh, no. All I need to know is a name." He says, "This is the way I interview. I don't need any information. It's I just create it along the way." He's incredibly talented. And the way he interviews is just unbelievably infectious. So yeah, really very privileged to have him. Very privileged. So it'll be awesome to have him over.
Yeah, come and meet him.
I'll have to come get some pointers off him.
Don't know what they're saying.
Tony.
Can't hear us. Oh, Tony, you in a bloody plane. Yeah.
I know. I'm sorry, guys.
That's all right. Okay, you can't. I was going to talk about
You're
your
back.
merch. You're back.
Look at that.
You're back. Okay. All right. Hey, I was just going to quickly get in there while I got you and you can hear us. I love what you've done with your merch, that retro look. You know, a brown sweatshirt, just the whole look about it. When we last caught up with you two, that whole retro deal about it. The poster says it all, but the bloody merch looks wicked.
You go.
Well, I have to say the Beige Brigade was certainly one of my favourites, and because this event's been around since the early '80s, and it hasn't run for a few years, we were just like, we need to do this. We need to bring the retro back. And T-Mac mentioned earlier about the 80-20 rule that we're using, where we're just doing 80% of our ideas this year and we're saving 20% for if we run it again next year. And I'll tell you now, if we do, then we want everybody that's coming to the event to dress in the 80s gear. That's what we're after. Grow those dirty big moustaches and
that's just my normal clothes.
Celebrate the 80s. Hey?
That's just my normal clothes.
So one of the things we're also going to talk to drivers about is we'd like to come back, but we'd like to do some nighttime stuff next year as well. But hey, we couldn't put that on drivers straight away. It takes a bit of an investment to buy lights and get organised. And there's a bit to it from our side, to be fair, as well. But it's a great goal to have. We want to really rekindle and relive the proper Daybreaker, how it used to be.
Okay.
So that's the goal we've got.
Yeah. Just notice a comment in here too from Scott Honeybone, who's just put in a comment. X1NZ, a Superstock champ, Kim Lace, has actually entered into this event. So there you go, bit of knowledge there to be shared. Was it 180B of Jason Weld is a weapon?
Yes.
Yeah.
So Jason Weld, he's you'd remember him, wouldn't you, Booker? So Jason Weld's a very good friend of mine. Datsun 180B. He runs a SR20 turbo with a 6-speed behind it. Incredibly quick. He's an incredibly talented driver. He's very concerned. He hasn't driven rally for many, many years, and he's dusted it off. So he'll go all right, though. I mean, once you get back on the horse, he'll come right. He'll be away. He's incredibly talented.
It'll all come flooding back, mate. Like when you finally get that bloody started on the bloody track.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, it's all good. It's coming. It's coming.
Well, I suppose, kids, we should bring in the very talented Hayden Paddon.
Yeah, just bring him and let's have a chat while these
I
two
hit
men
the
with the
right
big
button, almost hit
smiles
the
are
wrong
still
button
sitting there.
There is.
Bring him.
Yeah, Hayden, how are you?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Sitting there patiently waiting for us. God, Tony talks lots, eh?
Oh, yeah. Not usually, but yes.
I suppose
Hayden,
first off, we've got to say a big congratulations to you and your
Yeah.
achievements. What you've just won, Hayden.
Yeah, thank you. No, it's been a pretty good season. Obviously win the European Championship was what our goal was at the start of the year, so to tick that one off is certainly nice and made it a little bit more difficult for ourselves than what we maybe needed to in the last round, but got the job done, so now we can look forward to some proper rallying back here at home.
Proper rally, I like that, eh? Are you feeling, how excited are you, mate, for this to hit the Daybreaker again? I mean, it's an historic event, really, isn't it? I mean, like I grew up with, I'm born and bred Palmy, so I grew up with the Daybreaker, and I remember when I was able to drive, mate, we were out there in our cars and standing on the banks in the middle of the night. And I mean, what does the Daybreaker mean to you, mate?
Well, I've never actually done it before. It's probably one of the early rallies I've never actually done in New Zealand anywhere. So, yeah, for sure, I've heard a lot of good stuff about it, and there's obviously a lot of history around the rally, especially when you go back to the old days of it starting at midnight and going throughout the morning and into the next day. So, yeah, look, I can't wait. Tony and Paul have put together a mega rally. When you look at the itinerary, you know, we've got 40 plus K stages in there, no repeat stages, and obviously finishing at Manfield. So I think it's going to be a rally driver's dream. Just can't wait to get there and experience the stages for the first time.
It's pretty cool though, Hayden. You know, when you think in the caliber of drivers, as Tony elaborated on, we had the image of some of the class of drivers that are coming over. I think 93 from memory, big numbers on the fields that have turned up, mate. Man, you got your work cut out for yourself. They were just talking about some of those drivers, but you know, hey, bring it on. That's the Kiwi way.
Oh, definitely. Obviously, I know in New Zealand we've got a big target painted on our back, which is good and bad, but we relish the opportunity to be in that position. So we treat every rally with as much respect as any other rally. We never take anything for granted, so we know we're going to have some stiff competition. Obviously, Ben has been going very well and continually improving. Emma, but I think Shane will be the dark horse. We all know Shane can drive, and we've seen how close he's been getting at some other rallies. So, yeah, it just means we've got to keep up in our game as well and make sure that they don't get too close.
Does
Hey,
it?
for you, oh, Karen.
Oh, I was just going to say, do you think it puts everybody on a sort of as well for Tony as well as Hayden on this and Paul? Does it put everyone like, because it's a whole new rally altogether? Like we haven't done it in so long. It's all you got to. It's a whole new study and everything. Do you think it puts everybody that sort of level playing field to start with, so to speak? With like with it being like it's not a place you've been to regularly on each year.
I think it definitely levels the playing field, but it also comes down to I think the people who have got more experience in riding good pace notes. This rally is going to be about riding good pace notes. We've only got one pass, which makes it even more critical. So. Yeah, it's going to come down to the pace notes will be a massive factor.
Just a couple of questions here while these two boys are kind of working out their sound and internet. Tony was reaching over and having another play game with something bloody there. I know he's not good. He's good.
There you go. Let him answer the question. Now, what do you reckon, Tony, about that then?
What was that? Sorry.
And what do you reckon about my question? Did you hear me say that?
No, I didn't. Sorry.
Even playing field.
I said, with it being a new rally and everything, it's not a regular thing on the event. How do you think it is? It was starting off as a level playing field for everybody. Hayden says yes, but it'll be all about taking good notes and will give you the advantage.
Oh, mate, 100%. Yeah, no. Hayden definitely knows the answer there. Good notes are key. Absolute key. These roads are... Gosh, I don't want to crank it up too much, but they are incredibly nice roads. They really are. And as Hayden would explain, if he could, the roads throughout New Zealand, the county roads, they're different throughout every single different county. So they're different from up north to Otago roads, and the Manawatu even brings a different style of road again. And then there's the surface. So such an incredibly good surface here too. In places is really good hard base, but it's not a bony hard base either. So it's quite cool how it changes throughout New Zealand. It just brings another element to it. But yeah, the key is really good, precise notes. There's no doubt about that. And you did right. It does bring a very level playing field, without a doubt.
Can you make sure you get the brooms out there, Tony, so there's not too much gravel on the roads?
We've actually been talking about that.
There is a couple of disadvantages, I'm afraid.
That's right. I'll be rain dancing then.
There's a couple of disadvantages for you that'll level it up even more. I hate to say it, and that was not intentional.
That's all right. We can take it.
Yeah.
Just for you two gentlemen that have been working hard behind the scenes bringing this Daybreaker, when you've got someone like Hayden sitting there and joining us tonight on the show and what he's achieved in Europe, the class of New Zealand drivers so far that have put their names out there right on the top of most classes of race. You take a look at this young Liam Lawson that's going to be out there in Singapore. Mate, what Hayden's done and represented New Zealand in rally is huge.
I'm constantly really impressed with what New Zealand produces, and one of the things that comes through really strong, and I know Hayden's in the room listening, but like having Hayden in the events in New Zealand, not just in the Daybreaker event, but all the events, encourages the other guys to just push that much harder to be on that pace or close to that pace or something to strive for. And I know that Hayden's own goal is to constantly go out there and push as hard as he can as well to get stage records or whatever it may be. And it literally does pull the other guys forward. Like I've spoken to quite a few of the other drivers about the fact that we've got the Hayden and even Shane, who we know is quick too, and it just gives people something to strive toward, and that in itself helps the whole sport. And you see that just across all the disciplines, not just rally as well. So we're very, very lucky in New Zealand to have the talent that we've got.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool, Hayden? It's pretty cool.
I always use the example when we were starting out New Zealand Championship. Richard Mason was the benchmark in New Zealand rallying for many, many years, and without Richard there, we had no one to chase, essentially, and he helped us get to another whole level, which prepared us for when we went overseas. And if you took Richard out of the equation when we were coming up through those ranks, we probably wouldn't have been the driver that we were once we got to Europe. So it all swings and roundabouts. These cycles and different drivers all the time, I guess, throughout different periods. But, we're all trying to achieve the same thing at the end of the day.
Trying to go through some of these comments that people are putting up, just seeing how things are. Aaron Wilton, who we caught up with Booker last weekend, Sheepy and his lovely lady. Yeah, I got my race boots ready now, mate. So, I'll be dusting the dust of those. Rally Hawke's Bay, people are commenting on that. Brad Wright says one day might have to put a cage in his Mini, get it out there for a bit of a laugh. He would say that. Hopefully, Greg Murphy doesn't get his GoPro ran over by SVG again. So some people are sharing some of these fun comments. Well, let's talk about some of the coverage side of things. I know you got the man himself coming over to do the interview and so forth. What's going to be coverage for those who may want to watch it online, or is there going to be delayed TV coverage? What's going to happen around that? What's going on with that stuff? Anything at the moment, or just video filming?
Yeah, so I've just lost your sound again, but give me a thumbs up if you can hear me.
Yeah.
Excellent. So, coverage. We do have live streaming. And when I say we, the NZRC page. So on Facebook, there's a live stream page. The NZRC page, and they're live streaming through that. And they'll be live streaming through, they're going to do some of the start on the Friday night.
Yeah.
Stage 3. Stage
7.
Yeah, stage 7.
Which is the power stage.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then they're going to be doing some live streaming at the end at Manfield in the finished podium. There's a few slight different elements that we'll be doing this time and working in conjunction with those guys. And that'll be cool. From a home point of view, there'll be the live streaming, NZRC. But the biggest thing is to keep looking at our Facebook page, Daybreaker Rally on Facebook. We're going to be having live updates throughout the day. We're also going to be having live updates via Colin Clark and our couple of video boys on our Instagram page showing a few behind-the-scenes stories. So it won't necessarily be all of the stuff that you'll see definitely like active on the event, on the roads itself, but a lot of bits and bobs all over the place. And it's to trying to paint the picture of what rally's all about and all the bits that happen in the background. So we're trying to bring a bit of a point of difference to give, you know, the home viewer a bit of an overview of what rally sort of feels like.
If you can appreciate with rally, it's a little bit different to like speedway or circuit, where you could have with speedway or circuit you could have 7 or 8 cameras covering the whole event. When we've got 9 stages across 9 different roads, and we've got a stage that's 42 kilometers long and another one that's 28 kilometers long.
Yeah.
If you haven't got a helicopter, it's really hard to get the live coverage across the event. And if you have got a helicopter, well, then it's a big budget that you need. So one of the things that Tony and I have brought to the table for this event is the video crew with Colin, where they will be grabbing these pieces of information, interviews at the end of stages, interviews with drivers on the side of the road if they've got a problem, various little things of the event that's happening as the event unfolds, and we'll be dropping that constantly during the course of the day on Saturday. So Tony's right. Follow the Facebook page, Daybreaker Rally. You'll see these little snippets coming through all the time. It's the easiest way for us to be able to get as much information out as we can.
If you want to have a bit of a feel of what that's going to be like, have a look on YouTube and look up Colin Clark Rally. He does some really cool interviews, particularly stage start interviews, like on mornings of World Rally Championship events. He's incredibly infectious in his interviews. Like I was saying, he could talk about a stone and a rock. Like he's really good. He's unbelievably good.
Yeah. Hey Hayden, will you have posters there? I see a couple of people put comments in our little chat here. They're after posters and everything like that. You going to have anything handy for the fans that are going to say? But just to go back what you guys are talking about, the video side of things, you know, the best thing really to do is buy a bloody ticket online at the gate, get your backside, trackside, and watch the guys go racing and be there and enjoy it. You'll walk away with a much more of an appreciation. And credit to these guys who've done all the work and all the volunteers. Sorry, Hayden, you going to have any posters or anything like that handy where you'll set up?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we've got a new poster that we'll have up there, and most of the teams will have posters and bits and pieces. So good opportunity for people to come along on Friday night and meet the drivers and cars and get lots of free stuff as well, I guess.
Yeah, we're going to have a merch stand available as well. So we'll have some merch there available to buy. And we're sort of going to grab and have a fair bit of the team guys sort of in one place, so it's easy for the fans to come along and see all the gear in one spot. It's going to make it easier for them. So there should be a good selection this time as well.
Awesome. I'll try and go live as much as I can too. I'll be chasing around with it as well. I'll you know, so I'll if I'm allowed to, I don't want to take over anyone's filming. But yeah, I'm happy to help since I'm down there. So yeah, we're happy to help and do what we can to promote and let people see as much of it as possible. But like Kin said, just buy your bloody ticket and come down. Yeah, it's real simple.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
I thought you were co-driving, Booker.
I don't think they built a big enough nappy, mate. I'm not even going to get in the side with Tony and his bloody Starlet, mate. I can tip you.
Come on, you're a pussy.
Yeah, no, I concur. You rally fellas, you're, I think, you take it to the next level because, I mean, yourself, Hayden, as well, you know, like I watch you guys and just the speed, and really you could say the speed is, and what you're doing is unknown because you're so reliant, aren't you, of that passenger telling you, your co-pilot telling you what the corner is, how sharp it is, everything like that. So, I mean, you guys drive with so much confidence on somebody else. So I think that you guys have huge to go through trees and things, and it just the respect I have for you guys and what you do in the motorsport, it really is amazing. It really is.
Yeah, well, it's all what you get used to as well, though, isn't it? Because I've tried obviously a bit of circuit racing and a bit of speedway, and like circuit racing is a different mentality with the cars around you, and speedway, I couldn't get the grips of having no mirror, like just simple things of not knowing where the other cars were. So it's what you get used to. Like for me, rallying when you've done it for so long becomes a lot easier, and it's the same in all disciplines.
Do you use a mirror in rallying, then, Hayden?
Well, no, but I haven't got to worry about other cars behind me trying to punt me off the track in a rally car.
But you're right, Books. You know, it's like they're addressing the corner before the corner's even bloody there. You know, it's that type of stuff. Hey, it's like I've watched Hayden inside car and everything because I was watching actually some of the stuff on Driven and everything like that. But you guys are just, you're right. It's unbelievable. It's
Mate,
like
the pace, and like I watched something come up the other day, and I mean the guy gets the corner just slightly wrong, and mate, it's you get the corner slightly wrong at speedway, it's not so bad. You know, even a circuit race is slightly wrong, might not be so bad, but slightly wrong in a rally car can be quite bad. I mean, that's the West Corner I saw. And you know, like I saw Hayden got it just that slightly wrong at Jack's Creek the first year, didn't he? Just slightly, and I mean, it's all it takes for you guys. And I mean, to be on that edge 99% of the time or 100% of the time for one little slight deviation, and it can mate, that's like you say you get used to it, Hayden, but and what you're used to and adapt, but man, it still takes, I must say, it must take still a bit of, I mean,
that's why we love it as well, though. It's what gives you that adrenaline buzz. Keeps you going.
So just changing it up a bit, what else is have you been developing anything new lately as well, Hayden? Last time we spoke to you, you were developing the electric car, electric stuff, and all the rest of it. Is anything else been happening in your world?
Yeah, well, like here with our team in Cromwell, the guys are super busy. We've got so many projects going on between obviously our rally projects. So we're still developing the EV rally car in the background, and we're actually competing with that this weekend in Ashley Forest. We've got the Hill Climb car, and then we've got the Rally 2 car. So we're campaigning 3 different cars at the moment. And then, of course, we have a lot of customers here at the moment that we're running and maintaining in both rally and circuit. And then, we're building some new circuit cars on the side, some new i30Ns. We're building 3 identical cars at the moment, side by side, which we'll hopefully have out on track over the next couple of months. And, looking at some new projects for next year, rally campaigns, lots of PR events with our partners and things. So it's fairly hectic times.
Doesn't stop, eh? It doesn't stop. We're still waiting to get you on the sim, I think, aren't we, Ken? Still waiting.
We'll get him on there, mate. We'll get him on there someday. We might have to invite him into an E-series. We'll do an E-series and bring Hayden in. I just want to go back to that European Championship and what you achieved, mate. You know, over in Czech Republic. Mate, just the whole thing, though, the whole deal, and no different to what Book was saying. We're watching some of the coverage of that. You're right on the edge. You know, it's like... Yeah, you're right, Books. The kahunas are huge.
Like when everything's going well and you're in the zone, then it all just sort of flows, and you've got to have good pace notes and good preparation before the rally. And, we ran with a really good team over there this year, and an Italian team. So, but I love the European Championship this year. Very different rallies, extremely strong competition, the most competitive fields that I've ever been in. And very popular rallies. A lot of the rallies we're going to, like Czech Republic, for example, 200,000 people over the 3 days. So, Scandinavia, the same. So a lot of the rallies over there, are quite large scale, and to be part of that is pretty cool.
Very cool.
Hey, South Island Endurance Series, looking at your Facebook page here, the Hyundai i30 TCR. Bit of tarmac going on, eh?
Oh, that wasn't me driving though. So it's one of our customers driving that one. So I was on the pit wall calling the shots with our team manager as well. So
kids, we talk about them going flat out in that, and Hayden and they all have great cars and 4-wheel drive, and then you come back to T-Mac there in a rear-wheel drive, Starlet with a bloody Hayabusa turbo in it and going hard, mate. That's the one that scares me. There's only 2 wheels at the back driving, eh?
Supercharger.
Oh, supercharged.
Not turbo.
Sorry, not turbo.
I was
Well,
about
that's
to
even
say,
probably worse.
I
But
don't even know how to supercharge it.
Yeah.
All right, she is a real hybrid now.
Oh, yes. No battery.
Maybe you should go first to the road next weekend, and they'll sweep the roads for us.
Well, for the first corner.
I don't know if you've seen videos of it, Kins, of Tony's car. You go look it up on the YouTube.
Yeah.
And you want to hear this thing coming down the road, mate, I tip you. It's freaking awesome. I love it. Oh, just incredible.
Hey, it's okay. I think. Look, in New Zealand, we're lucky to all of us to live in New Zealand. All right, New Zealand is full of really clever people in little back sheds, and there's loads and loads of them. It's quite amazing. I discover sort of little bits and pieces of people all around the country by just talking and networking with different people all the time. I was incredibly lucky to, when I was at Fonterra Dairy Company working there, and we had a contractor come through, and I was so incredibly lucky to have a contractor talk to me at Smogo time, and it turns out he lives 3 blocks away from me and builds Hayabusa drag bike engines for guys in America.
Oh,
He's only just down the road. It's unbelievable. The amount of talent in this country is incredible. Man, it's so untapped and so unheard of a lot of the time. We're very lucky. And again, I go back to rallying. Hey, rallying is a sport I absolutely love. Paul and I love it. Hayden loves it. It doesn't get the kudos it does in this country. What Hayden has done in this country and what he's doing overseas is absolutely incredible. And to do that all on his own back is another amazing feat. It really, truly is. And we've got to get, as organisers, we need to lift this. Look at me, I'm starting to talk like a professional organiser. I'm nowhere near it yet. I haven't even got through my first road. But we've got to lift the game. We've got to make our rallies so much more professional. We've got to try and get it to a commercialised, semi-commercialised point so that we can get some proper money in so we can get more of these guys through. We have some incredible talent in this country, and we can't nurture it and bring it through good enough. Hey, I know we're restricted by numbers, but we've got to try and lift our game to get that commercial dollar in. We just got to do it.
He's right, Hayden, what Tony's saying. He's talking from experience and passion and love and heart for what they're delivering here with the big weekend coming up. He's right on the mark there, what he's saying. Hey, Hayden, and that's where it's got to head to.
We've obviously had some chats as well. And, as Tony said, there's a lot of rallies that do a very good job in New Zealand, but we need to think bigger as well, to take the sport to that next level, to get the corporate funding, to have more opportunities for competitors, for events, for the partners, everything. We've got to think bigger. We've got to think, how do we develop the sport? It's very easy to get stuck in the ways, if you like, of how it used to be, but how it used to be is not often good enough anymore when you're trying to bring the money in, essentially. So, I love what they're doing with the rally this year at Daybreaker. They're thinking outside the box and pushing the limits. Otago Rally is another prime example that, year on year just delivers a world-class event and gets a lot of support. And, it's in terms of a national championship, it's where it all needs to go. And obviously it's been going in a good direction. We just need to keep it growing.
I suppose when you got someone young in mind like Hayden, Tony and Paul, there's your future, what you're talking about. Yeah, you're still young, mate, compared to these young men over here sitting on my other side. But, mate, just as inspiration, like you said, to have the likes of Hayden at your event and what you were talking about, Tony, just covering there, he's going to be one of these guys sitting where you are one day in the future that will be doing what you're doing,
Oh, yeah, and look, hey, Hayden's got way more kudos than Paul and I put together, that's for sure. But, hey, look, I think it's just about nurturing all that younger generation, and right back through to, Paul and I were going through a bit of stuff tonight, and we had a whole lot of little wee stickers. What are we going to, we need to get these stickers out somewhere. Mate, kids go nuts over stickers, okay? I remember as a kid getting stickers all over my lunchbox, and that's how that brain works and goes into different facets of motorsport. Can go into speedway, goes into anything else.
Yeah.
It's those small things that make that nurturing grow. It's incredible what can grow from there. And we're so lucky with social media and YouTube and you know, the younger generation can just grow so quick into something like that. But we, as a sport now, we've just got to lift that to bring those guys through. We have to bring that dollar in to make these guys grow. It's just part of it.
But the important thing there also is that you know, lots of people look at our sport and they think it's just about the driver or the co-driver. It's not, you know. Oh, hello. There's my cat. We need to be bringing through volunteers. We need to be bringing through marshals, clerk of the courses, everyone involved in our sport, because we have got an aging sport in terms of when you look at the personnel involved, and we need to be into the schools. We need to be educating people how they can get involved in the sport, which is a lot easier than what some people think. You know, you can buy a motorsport license when you're 12 years old. You can take mum's car out and you can go do autocross as a motor carnage, for example. But if you went into schools, 90% of the students wouldn't even know that. And if you told a 12, 13, 14-year-old that they can go out and do some motorsport events in a controlled manner, they'd be bouncing off the wall. So, you know, that's the messaging that we need to be sending out there, and that there is so much more to motorsport than just the drivers behind the wheel as well.
Mate, you didn't even flinch when your bloody cat jumped across there, you know. You didn't even flinch.
You've been sitting there very quietly the whole night, actually, so I've been waiting for that to happen. So.
You're a rally driver because you're so cool, calm, and collected. It just ran past, you know. If something ran past out on the rally track, you just go, carry on. You know, it's like,
See, now there's something too to bring up your skins. You said about people running out. If you do go to the Daybreaker to watch it, just remember, don't stand in the bloody way of the cars.
nah,
We see that people go too close, and that's not how you enjoy the sport. You think getting closer you're going to have more fun? Trust me, if you get clipped, you're not having more fun. So just remember, these guys are on at 110%. So if you do go and watch, stand at a good distance and enjoy it. You can hear them just as good 20 metres away as you can a metre away, and see just as good if you get the right spot. So please don't take the risks, because you're not only putting yourself at risk, you're putting the drivers in a position where they don't need to be in. So just be aware of that too if you do go.
A couple of things there, Booker. So we've just released our official spectator guide, which is at the moment available online, which is on daybreakerrally.co.nz, and click on spectator guide. There's two maps there. There's an official map, and then there's a spectator guide. Jump on the spectator guide one. We are printing a couple of thousand copies of it as well, so it'll be available as a hard copy. But why I want to talk about that is because what we've identified as the best places to go and watch. And in those places to go and watch, there are spectator marshals. And that's also why I was a bit late to this call, because I was on another call with the volunteer training. So we've got over 100 volunteers that are helping with this event, and they're all learning what to do at the moment on another online call as we speak. But on the spectator guide, we've got a QR code. And if you scan the QR code, it brings up on your phone all of the prime spectator points.
Oh.
And then you can click on the spectator point, and it'll give you GPS directions from your current location as to how to get there.
Too easy.
So it's super easy to follow, really easy to follow. There are marshals there that'll tell you where you can and can't stand. But also the guide also shows you some instructions on where you should and shouldn't stand as well. So it's super easy to follow. The stages are free to go and watch out in the country. But obviously we want you to come to the Manfield stage at the end, which has got a ticket to it. But that's going to be the big finale at Manfield. But you go and grab one of those spectator guides online, or we'll be delivering them around in different places around Fielding and Palms North that you can pick them up as well.
Awesome. Too easy. That makes it too easy. Scan a QR code, you're away, take you to your destination. I can't think of anything easier. Yeah. I'll be programming all that into my phone next Sunday, I can tip you.
I'll just say, I'm just looking at it all. It's well put together, all the information you can download from the website. We'll share that link actually.
We'll put the link up on our page after the show, and you can come to, I'll pin it to the top of our page, and you can go there, and everything you need to know, all your information will be right there at that spot. And so another thing too is for the likes of meeting the drivers like Hayden, are you doing a driver's autograph session like that?
Driver signing session. Yep. So that's at 5 p.m.
5 starts at 5, and it'll roll through to about 5:30
on Friday evening at Manchester Square.
in Fielding.
Oh, it's all at Manchester Square. Okay. Yep. Yeah, and you can't not find that. Trust me. Just driving the field and it's not far.
Well, there'll be 100 cars lined up down there, so you won't miss it.
Okay,
So, have you had it pretty? Has the councils and all that been pretty good and helpful with the planning of this, or has it been a bit of a?
Yeah, so that's been my task. Look, Manawatu District Council have been incredibly good, very, very helpful, and they've got a set of challenges that they're dealing with rurally, with different storms that have been through over the last couple of months. So they've been very, very accommodating. And Rangitikei District Council, likewise, great support. We keep in good contact with them, and very, very lucky to have some great people working in there. Real supportive.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, well, the Manawatu Council, they seem to be pretty motorsport friendly, though, don't they? Because, I mean, they support the big teams champs at Palmy as well, so they know what it can bring to, what motorsport can bring to a town. So, and I think this rally is going to. I just hope.
Yeah, it does, and it brings a lot. It brings people in, it brings money into businesses, and it helps the town, grow and flourish. You can't want more than that.
Well, I just want to see the whole rally class flourish more and get more out there, So, I mean, that's why we're happy to do what we do here on a Wednesday night with different motorsports to have.
Yeah, mate, we appreciate it. Thank you.
To have. To put it out there, let people know that it's not just speedway out there. It's not just track cars out there. There's this rally as well, and I mean, I've known him, followed it for years as well, and we had Hayden on once before, and it was great to talk about everything that he's doing and development into rally, what he's doing into it. And we had Emma on, who's also great for the whole scene. So if you've got kids, that take them to this event. Take them and let them have a look. You never know. They might think, oh, bugger my mini stock. I want to get a rally car. I've seen people leave Speedway to go do rallying. So, it's.
It's motorsport is motorsport. Speedway and rallying have a very close affinity, actually. So, it's quite amazing how many Speedway people follow rally, and likewise, rally guys follow Speedway. So, it's got a real close association.
Yeah. So,
just one quick question for you, gentlemen. Just from Murray Goodley. Are all the electric fences going to be turned off? No, I think he's just been cheeky.
That's part of the fun, Kins. You got to go up and touch it. That's part of the fun.
Go and find out, yeah. Okay.
All right, it's awesome. I'm glad it's all going well for you, and it looks like we're well on track for this Daybreaker Rally weekend. And I must say, I'm glad to see yourself, Hayden, and Emma, and Shane, and Ben, and all these others just joining in to support this event, because I think it's going to be one hell of a show. I just can't wait.
It should be good.
Can't wait.
Cheers, gentlemen. Thank you, three, for joining us tonight and sharing the information that all the viewers need to be noticeable of, and where to go to. We'll share a lot of the information, like Booker said, on our Kokpit media page as well. And get along, get your bum along to the paddocks and jump in there and enjoy. Take a chair and a coffee and sit back and just watch the whole thing unfold, because I tell you what, it's going to be one not to miss. Obviously, it's been a long time coming. The memory is a key part of this, but the entertainment value is next level. So go along and definitely support. Mate, I'm going to buy one of those retro tops. I tell you, this thing's just been bugging me in the back of my bloody mind for a long time.
Tony.
What was that, Books?
I said my phone laughing at me then. That was Tony's wife. So look, and also, so you can follow Hayden on his Facebook as well. There's a link to his Facebook in our post tonight. So everything that, if you want to keep an eye on what Hayden does and what he's achieving, and you can check him out on his Facebook. I don't know, do you have a web page as well, Hayden, or just the Facebook?
No, we've got a couple of web pages. So paddonrallysport.co.nz is probably the best one.
Yep. So we'll put those up as well for people if they want to follow Hayden. And of course, the boys here have got the Daybreaker Rally on the Facebook and the Daybreaker Rally website. So we'll put all that information up for everybody. And we appreciate all of you taking your time to talk to us tonight. And I wish you all the best for that the rally goes well for you guys, Tony and Paul and Hayden. I wish you the best in the event itself. And let's hope everybody does well. It'll be interesting to see who comes out on top at the end. And can we go to the TAB and put bets on, or they're not booked up on this yet?
Not sure.
I might have to get a pool going on our page. Actually, we'll put all the drivers in and let them pick a driver to see who they think is going to win it. We might have to do something to bump it up a bit more, Kins, this week, eh?
Yeah, have some fun.
We might put a prize up for the person that picks up the winner. That's what we'll do.
That's in 180B. That's in 180B.
Yeah. I'll get it there, people. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get all the names of the entrants of the rally. I'm going to put them on our Kokpit page, and you guys can pick who you think's going to win. And I've got a couple of hoodies here that we can put up as a prize pack to promote it. So we've got some Garage 16 or some Dirt Track Megan hoodies here. So we'll do a competition, Tony, for you guys and see who picks the winner to promote it a bit more. So there we go.
Cool. Thanks very much for your support, guys.
Thanks, guys. Really appreciate
it heaps. Thank you.
Anytime.
No worries.
Thanks, Hayden. Thank you, mate. We'll let you go.
Tony. Paul.
Here goes the cat again. Is that the cat again? No,
No cat this time.
Cheers, Paul and
Cheers,
Tony.
guys.
Thank you.
Hey, guys. See ya.
Awesome. That was cool fun talking Daybreaker Rally. So
look, people already putting their
the
picks
guys
up,
have
Kins.
said at the start, get along there Friday, Manchester Square. You'll see the poster. We had it on the start of the show as well. So go along and meet some of the drivers, have a bit of a chat, get some autographs and take some photos and get prepared for a big event that's going to get underway. So daybreakerrally.co.nz is the website. But so much available, all the information that's going to help you. The QR code, how cool is that? That's pretty cool.
They've made it so easy, Kins. Like scan a QR code, put it in there, gives you GPS destination and tells you how to get there. You can't beat it.
Yeah.
Hey,
no, you can't get lost. But hey, also Ashley Forest Rally stream too. There's a live stream of that. So heaps of live streams like they elaborated to. Unless you got the big dollars for a helicopter to chase the car around, well, you're just gonna have to get there and enjoy it. But there's plenty of spots. Booker will be there on the Sunday, building up for the event as well. And we're looking forward to seeing the interaction. If you want to jump on board, just keep an eye on Kokpit Racing and Media. Booker will bring you some of the updates from. All the event, I would guess. So look forward to that.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, I'll try and get as much done as I can. And hopefully I'll work out this Sunday, people. We should have a teams event racing. I think it's going to be Waikareka. Hopefully I can stream it. I'll do some testing when I get down there. And see. Oh, that'll be...
Tony's wife?
Tony's wife again. She's actually my very, very good friend. So, that's awesome. But thanks for watching, people. We're glad you joined in. It wasn't Speedway, and I'm glad you kept supporting us with another motorsport. But support this rally. Support Tony and Paul. Support Hayden. Support Gizzy, Emma, Ben Hunt. There's just the list goes on. There's just so many people. That are going to be racing. It's going to be epic. So thank you, Kins, my friend. Another great night.
Thank you.
And next week we're back into it with I think we'll have Cromwell on and another track. I'm going to have another track, but yeah, they'll come on and a few more tracks will come talk to us about their upcoming season, Kins.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to travel up and down the countryside, catch up with the tracks, do a bit of promotional with some of the tracks, some of the events coming up as well. We are going to catch up with the drivers who represented New Zealand. Well done to Big Spa getting there. Only Kiwi driver to finish at the Brisker. Tom Harris, of course, winning. We know all that. So we'll catch up with those drivers. They've done us proud over there. As many of you said, look forward to the ABs against Namibia. Some are saying up the wires. Some are saying thank you for a good night. Enjoy the night. Bloody fun night. Carl Carpendale, hey mate, how are you? And your bloody TQ's looking good too. Yeah, so all motorsport is awesome. We'll leave it on that high note. All motorsport is awesome.
Take care of yourselves this week, people. Be safe, and we'll hopefully see you Sunday night.
See ya. Welcome along, everyone. What was it like, that experience, jumping into your first race?
It's been my life ever since I can remember.
Look, it really was unbelievable.
I think it's awesome.
It's just go out there and give it your all every time. And
When you're young and you're getting your old man super stock and you wreck it, I mean, it's pretty cool.
Craig Booker with the big smile. He is the voice that's behind what you get to hear every Sunday night.
Give it the hoot, Nanny. Look at that field. Doesn't it look fantastic?